I'm Annie Malone, and I live in Martinsburg, West Virginia. There's always some kind of feud going on in Gypsy families, and in mine right now, it's Dallas being with my husband, a married man.
Gypsy Sisters was an American reality television series that documented the daily lives and radical lifestyles of several Romanical women, informally known as Gypsies, from Martinsburg, West Virginia. The show originally earned its inception as a spin-off series from the wildly popular show My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding, which was created because the production company wanted to milk the drama for all it was worth between the Gypsy ladies, which often ended up in physical confrontation. Gypsy Sisters debuted on the 10th of February 2013, starring a long list of Romanical women, namely Nettie Stanley, Melly Stanley, Joan Wells, Sheila Kayla Williams, Angela Annie Johnston, Debbie Carter, Laura Johnston, Sheena Small, Dallas Nicole Williams, and Nettie Nucky Williams. Unfortunately, Gypsy Sisters didn't receive quite as popular reception as its forerunner, and the show was canceled in July 2015 after only 4 seasons. Or at least that's what the reports stated. The series was originally hosted on the TLC channel, formerly known as the Learning Channel, and was produced by Firecracker Films. However, with a television reality series that provided more drama and physical confrontations than the Real Housewives franchise, it's safe to say that the show played host to book volumes of scandalous behavior and even more controversial events, but what could one expect from a show that was born from a brawl at a Gypsy wedding? While the show provided some entertainment, and there may have been an audience who likes the series, probably turning in for every episode to catch up with the latest Romanical drama, most viewers only showed appreciation for certain cast members. One of the most adored stars from Gypsy Sisters might be Annie Johnston, as she is known, who formerly went by the name Annie Malone. However, since the series' cancellation, not many of the stars have appeared in mainstream media, and as such, fans have been wondering what the Romanical women have been up to since the cameras no longer look in on their radical lifestyles and dramatic lives. Fans and followers have especially expressed interest in Annie's current whereabouts. But before we check in on her, there may be a few scandals that people were not previously aware of, which include the possible real reason why this show was canceled. While the antics and drama of all the ladies involved in Gypsy Sisters is well known to their limited audience, there are a few things even they decided to keep quiet about, which includes the truth of Melly Stanley's young boy, Richard Joe Wetzel. Melly has always been known as the wild child in the Stanley Romanical family and is often considered the black sheep for her wild party animal lifestyle. Certainly, it was no secret that Melly, who at the time when filming of the series started in 2013, was 24 years old and only starting her life as a young adult, happened to be a heavy drinker who would never turn down a good time at the local watering holes. However, during the filming of the debut season, Melly became pregnant, and later during the show documenting the birth of her son and her journey into motherhood, which came as a huge surprise and shock to everyone, including herself. Initially, Melly never even knew that she'd fallen pregnant, and for the long time on the show, many questions surrounded her pregnancy. Then, a couple of years later, Melly admitted during a candid interview that her conception was a drunken mistake. But despite the events that led up to Richard's birth, Melly loves and adores her son. She even went as far as saying that she turned over a new leaf in her life. But as viewers would learn, this was not quite the truth. Despite becoming a mother and taking responsibility for her mistakes and actions, her wild party lifestyle would continue, and Melly was later implicated in another scandal. A similar scandal, though unrelated, involved another star of the series, Joanne Wells. This brings us to the honorary mention amongst the lesser-known controversies of the Gypsy Sisters that could likely be the cherry on the cake. Most people love a good bargain, and many would seek out deals that suit their wallet, often resorting to using coupons. But the stars of Gypsy Sisters took this to a height that ordinary folks would never consider. In 2014, police in North Carolina arrested Joanne on accusations of defrauding American retail giant Target of more than $14,000. Allegedly, the reality television star approached 2 Target cashiers to rope them into a fraud scheme, offering them a cut of the profits that Joanne would possibly make from this idea. The scheme involved scanning fake barcodes and coupons on numerous items, which included but not limited to merchandise and even cash gift cards. Joanne was released on bail, but unfortunately no further news has surfaced concerning Wells' scheme, but this wouldn't be the last gossip outlets would report on such fraud. In 2018, another scandal of similar implications surfaced, this time involving Melly, arrested in Indiana for crimes she committed in Tennessee, which included 4 counts of criminal simulation, and she was charged with these felonies, involved the use and fabrication of falsified coupons used to buy products from an unnamed retailer. Melly was also accused of being part of a syndicate ring responsible for counterfeit coupon theft in at least 4 states. Melly was later released on bail, but authorities stated during a public interview that she'd remain under suspicion because she was previously implicated in a similar crime in Kentucky a year prior to her current case. Yet again, no news has surfaced about what happened to Melly since, but it remains clear that these women could resort to anything to keep their lavish lifestyle going. While these scandals might seem over the top, one truth kept hidden by the producers and the stars of Gypsy Sisters related to the possible real reason why the show was canceled. Sensitive readers might want to skip past this controversial segment as it involves the tragic fate of a puppy that certainly didn't deserve such a treatment. While the producers blamed low ratings as the reason for ending Gypsy Sisters, new information regarding the show's cancellation surfaced in early 2023, as reported by the online gossip publication TMZ. According to this information, the show's producers drew the line on how far they would milk the drama of the Romanical stars following an incident that involved Melly and her husband, Randall Scott Volkanen, simply known as Scott on the show. The event in question took place in 2015, nearing the end of the series' run on TLC, when police responded to a domestic abuse call at Melly's dwelling, where they found her outside in the driveway severely beaten. Allegedly, the couple engaged in an argument that got out of hand and eventually turned physical. While this might be quite upsetting for some, the events that followed are what would even be more disturbing. Once the police arrived, Melly informed the respondents about her young dog, a puppy, that died earlier during the argument. According to the reports obtained by TMZ, in a fit of rage, Scott picked up the pup and threw the poor dog across the room. Sadly, the puppy didn't survive the incident, and Randall was charged with a count of animal cruelty that resulted in the death of the animal. Unfortunately, nothing about the incident was published or made known to the public, and as such, no reports surfaced regarding Volkanen's case or his whereabouts. Nonetheless, at least the producers of Firecracker Films decided this was far too much, resulting in the actual possible reason for the cancellation of the show. Beyond this, the stars of Gypsy Sisters haven't been too involved in any other known scandals and controversies. Born as Angela Williams on the 26th of February 1985 in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, she's best known as Annie Johnston, one of the many stars from Gypsy Sisters and My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding. Annie is the sister of Kayla Williams, a fellow star in the series, and is known to be a playful, fun character who always makes the ladies on the show laugh with her whimsical behavior. Annie is the mother of 5 children, and prior to becoming a reality television star, she was a full-time stay-at-home housewife. She was once married to her cousin Josh, but later divorced and remarried to James Malone. Her wedding to Josh was featured in My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding, but after its ultimate failure, she went on to marry the father of her cousin Dallas's children, Malone, though again her relationship ended in divorce. Amy's most recent romance has remained a mystery, though it's known that since the cancellation of Gypsy Sisters, she married again. The identity of her new husband has been kept quiet, and it seems though he prefers to stay out of the spotlight and away from the camera lenses. Nonetheless, it appears as though her romantic life might finally be coming together, and her most recent marriage seems likely to succeed, unlike her previous encounters. As many might be wondering what the stars of Gypsy Sisters are up to now that the series has ended, like many of the other stars, Annie has been keeping her fans entertained and updated on social media, and one can find her on Instagram and Facebook. However, it doesn't seem that Annie wants to step away from fame just yet, as like some of the other stars, she's made the tabloids and headlines again quite recently. It appears as though the paychecks from appearing on the reality show have not quite paved the way for these Romanical women, as many of them are either trying their hand at social media enterprises or some kind of criminal fraud, as was also the case with Angela. According to recent reports, Annie was arrested on multiple felony charges in 2017, including the exploitation of elderly or disabled persons' trust. It sounds as if Annie attempted to defraud someone out of their money, though the identity of the victim has been withheld in all reports. No new reports have surfaced, but it's known that Annie's cousin Dallas might have come to the reality star's rescue in paying her bail. And Annie has since been released from police custody, though a recent whistleblower informed the tabloids that it wasn't Dallas who made the bail payments, suggesting that it might have been the TLC channel's producers. Whether this is true or not hasn't been proven, though rumors that Gypsy Sisters stars reunited have been surfacing. According to certain rumors that arose in 2017, it seemed that TLC was planning either a comeback series based on the original premise of Gypsy Sisters or My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding, though other rumors suggested that it might have been a reunion show. Regardless, as so far no news of a new season or show has been made public, and it seems likely that these rumors might be false. For now, the only hope that fans and followers of Gypsy Sisters have to look forward to is the possible reruns of the original series. Sadly, there might never be a reunion show or a comeback series, but fanatics will always have their 4 seasons of Gypsy Sisters' short-lived original publication to fall back on. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.